Yo guys, what's going on? Acez here today with another video. In today's video, we're going to be doing a task guide for the Huntsman Path Outcast. Do me a favor, make sure you're dropping a like on this one here today, and of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more PvE content. Real quick, we have a couple super thanks, shoutouts that we need to do, then we're going to hop right into it. Number one is Mousepad51, said, like everyone else has said, I'm the only one doing PvE content. It's extremely appreciated. Keep up the great content. Thank you so much, Mousepad. PvE has been the dream for years, and the fact that nobody else seems to enjoy it as much as me is completely fine with me. Next, we got Reese22211. Thank you so much, Reese. He said, thanks for making the PvE content. Then we got LT Meancat. Loving the content. Keep it coming. It's going to keep on coming, baby. 3 a day for as long as I can keep it going. And then we got Robert. Robert says, Ayo Acez, I enjoy the offline Tarkov and the content. I want to give you my stash expansions because I'm a true believer. Try one of the codes, but I already have max stash space, so you can have them. Want to give them to the community. Keep it up. Doing great. Greetings from Germany. So that means that my EU fans, assuming he is on the EU region, you guys will get a giveaway once I can get in contact with Robert. I do believe Robert has reached out, and I have tried to contact him back, but I think due to the time zone difference, he hasn't woke up yet. So hopefully, once I get in contact with Robert, hopefully he is on the EU region, and all my EU fans, you guys can get a giveaway as well. And in case you missed the last video, the giveaway winners for the US region codes, those have been announced. They are on the community tab. Make sure you check them out. So, I want to be very clear. This is not a rogue farming guide, and this is not a guide on how to get into water treatment center. This is simply a guide on how to get your 10 rogue kills stress-free for the task, the Huntsman Path Outcast. I am still working out some kinks, trying to get certain sight lines, and trying to give you a really good way to get into water treatment every single time you load up Lighthouse. But I'm still trying to figure out sight lines, and I just now started testing some of these spots, and they're working great. You can see I got my first 4 kills here on the rogues, and that was my last raid. So we are going to be hopping in. I am going to give you a couple tips on gear to run, because you're not going to just go right up to the water treatment center and get 10 kills, especially if you're a bear. You're going to get shit on. So I'm going to do my best to at least kind of guide you on what to use, because I know not all of you are going to have access to M62, for example. You might not have access to a couple things. So I'm going to do my best to give you some of my tips and a couple of replacements for things you might not have. So the weapon I'm running is the M700. You can use literally any 308 rifle that you want, anything that can shoot M62. If you do not have access to M62, which is loyalty level 4 for Peacekeeper, you can get 80 per restock, and Peacekeeper has a pretty lengthy restock, unfortunately. But if you do not have access to M62, I would highly recommend using T46. Grab yourself like an SVD, something like that. T46, you can buy it super early, and you can get a decent amount of it from Proper, 120 rounds. And if you use all of your allotment for your restock for Proper, you can buy it on the flea market. So this is probably the next best round to use if you don't have access to M62. Now, obviously, you're going to be using pretty different weaponry, but like I said, an SVD will probably get the job done for you. And real quick, if you did want to bring in a bolt action so you can get some shooter-borne progress, then just use the SV98. That will work just like the M700 is going to work here today. So as for the scope you're going to be running on your rifle, that is personal preference. Whatever you are comfortable with. I like using a more zoomed out scope for the long-range sniping so I can watch the tracer and see how much I need to lead my shot. But if you want something a little more zoomed, I probably would not go with the Razor. It is a 6x. You can see your magnifications here. There's an 8 times, there's a 14 times, and there's a bunch of different scopes that you can use, and you can adjust accordingly with what you're comfortable with when it comes to the magnification of the scope. I think that's it. Let's head in, and let's kill some rogues. All right, we are loading up. Hopefully we get a decent spawn. Sounds like we're by the water. Yeah, this is literally perfect. We're going to head up to the dead tree. Alright, we are up here at the dead tree. I heard a couple shots popping off. Not sure if that was at me or some scavs. Yeah, a bunch of shots popping off. So, we need to clear the road, take a peek at the chalet, take a peek at the resort. Just make sure we can sit up here in peace. That's the first thing you definitely need to do. You know, just look for scavs, look for PMCs, literally anything moving, take it out. Alright, I think we're relatively okay and can probably start shooting at the rogues. So with the most recent update, fog has been significantly reduced. This is the map cloudy right now. This is the cloudy weather. And you can see, I mean, it's relatively no fog. You can see across most of the map while it's cloudy. You can see there's a couple clouds in the actual sky. But when it comes to a weather condition, this is fog. Like, if you're getting fog in your games, that's because it is not classified as sunny. If it's raining, it's going to be way more fog. And if it's it looks like it's actually fog in the weather pattern, it's going to just be like the old fog. It's going to be super foggy, and that's going to be it. So make sure you're checking your weather. I probably should have told you that a little earlier, but I apologize. Let's hop into it. Let's start killing some rogues. We're going to take a peek here at this guy, and I think we're probably going to be about right here. No, we're a little high. See you later. That's number one. Now, you can't see all the MGs from here. You just can't. Unfortunately, I wish you could. I wish you could really just rack them up, but you can't. And that's mainly why this is not a farming guide here today. This is how to just get your first 10. And it's going to be relatively easy because you can kind of find a couple of them and you can pick them off. And, you know, you can do whatever else you got to do on Lighthouse. If you want to pick off a couple rogues and then head over to the chalet and loot and then leave, you can do that. It just allows you to get a couple here and there per raid and start making some progress. So we might have one right there, but I can't really tell. Also, you can't prone up here, unfortunately. In this little spot that I'm in specifically, you can't really prone here. So you kind of have to make do. I can't tell if that is one or not. We got a little bit of fog going on. I think we're going to take a shot. That's probably about right there. It was a rogue, but we did not get the headshot. He's standing still for us. We're going to take another one right here. We hit thorax, so we're still shooting a little low. So you pop back on the gun. No, let's try. He's not back on the gun. Right there. I think we hit arms. So this is why the tracers are a massive help. Wow. I thought we had him there. Now, if you're using something that's a little more affordable than M62, you can bring a lot more ammo. Me, personally, I'm trying to use it kind of sparingly. See if we can finally take this guy out. Right there. Doink. See you later. So it's kind of up to you. The amount of ammo you're bringing in. If you get a shitty spawn, too, I mean, you know, nothing you can do about that either. Alright, let's see if we can see anything else here. Like this MG, you just can't see it, unfortunately. So, definitely not by any means a guide to clear all the rogues. I'm going to try and come over here and see if I can catch an angle on that far left building. See if I can get a little cut in the trees. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. Hey, bud. Oh. Gave him my haircut. See ya. Yo, he just ricocheted a fucking M62. That's crazy. That's talent. There he goes. So I think that's 3 so far. See if I can get 1 or 2 more. If I can't, I can just reset. Because one more raid of just doing this, and the task is complete. And it's a fairly easy way to get XP. I think a headshot on the rogue is 1,000 XP, if I'm not mistaken. It's either like 800 or 1,000. Somewhere in there. Alright, so you can actually prone out here on this rock off to the left that we're on. Didn't know that, so that's going to help tremendously for you killing that guy. You should take him out 1 shot. You got a clean sight line on that MG. And then as for the other guy we were killing, he's about right here, so you'd have a pretty clean sight line on that as well. Well, I think that's probably going to wrap it up for me. We got about 10 minutes left in the raid. So another raid of doing this, and I will complete that task. This can certainly help you pick off a few of those rogues before you start to move up any closer to them. If you're over by path to shoreline, you can kind of catch a couple sight lines through the trees up on the mountain. A little bit higher up in the mountain, not where you're extracting, but higher up in the mountain. Very close to the extract. You can catch a few sight lines to the water treatment center as well, and you will be able to do the same exact thing. Look at this. We got a little gift for us right at the end of the video, and he's gone. That's unfortunate. But yeah, you can hop up on the mountain over there as well and shoot at them without any risk, just like I'm doing right here. Seems like anything over 500 meters, they're not going to be scoping you out, which is really nice, to be honest. But man, I would have really definitely liked to get at least one more here, because I think we got 3, might have got 4, but definitely wish I could have taken out 4. I might try and wait for this dude over here another minute or so, and then I will probably head to extract. All right, so here is our 2 PMCs at the start. Then we have the first 2 rogues. This was the close one on the gun at 380. This was one of the far ones at 676. Then we have some of those scavs that we took out. And we have our last rogue here, a little over 500 meters. And the XP was 6,145. So not too bad. Honestly, you kill some more scavs, maybe throw another PMC on there. You could easily get yourself a 9-10k raid just off of killing a few rogues like this. You don't have to, wipe the entire water treatment to get a nice XP piled on to whatever else you're bringing out of raid and whatever other task you're doing. So, yeah, I mean, this is a great way to get done at least that kind of like beginner's task for the rogues. The Outcast task is only killing 10 of them, and this is a super easy, risk-free way to do it right now in PvE. Do me a favor, make sure you're dropping a like, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm out.